You might not believe it, but there is something you see every single day when you get home that could be quietly stealing your luck without you even realizing it. In Feng Shui, the area right behind the front door is considered the starting point of energy flow for the entire house. Every time someone walks in, their eyes naturally land on one specific spot, and that very first point of contact determines the feeling, the energy, and the overall atmosphere that flows throughout the living space. If that spot is arranged properly, feeling light, clean, and fresh, then positive energy can gather easily. Your mood will be more balanced, and work or life tends to go more smoothly. But if by accident you let certain objects appear there, even everyday things that seem completely harmless, they could actually interrupt that flow of good energy. When that happens, it may affect your luck, wealth, and even disturb the harmony within your home. In today's video, we are going to explore the things that should absolutely never appear right behind your front door, because they could secretly block your fortune, drain your financial energy, create chaos in the energy field of your home, and directly impact your health and life path. And before we dive in, go ahead and drop a positive affirmation in the comments, something you truly wish to attract into your life. For example, I am a magnet for wealth. Or feel free to share any other wish that speaks to you. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you will not miss out on powerful Feng Shui tips and ancient spiritual rituals, timeless wisdom passed down through generations that can help unlock your fortune, protect your peace, and attract good things into your life. So now, before we dive into exactly what objects or images should never appear right behind your front door, let us first explore why that first thing you see can have such a deep impact on your fortune in 2026, a year that is expected to be full of changes and potential losses if the energy field in your home is not properly managed. People tend to overlook things they see every single day, thinking that if something is familiar, it must not be important. But it is exactly those unconscious habits that shape your emotions and life energy in subtle but powerful ways. In Feng Shui, that very first glance you take when stepping into your home is not random. It is a fleeting moment, but one that matters immensely. It is when your mind connects with your space, when the outer world merges with your inner world. Your eyes are not just for seeing, they are a gateway that brings energy into your awareness. Every image that lands in your line of sight when you open the door leaves an impression, even if only in your subconscious. If that image carries positive, clean, and vibrant energy, you will feel calm and at ease. But if the first thing you see is messy, heavy, or lifeless, then the energy inside your home instantly gets compressed. It can affect your mood, your actions, and even your long-term fortune. Feng Shui is not superstition, and it is not just abstract theory. It is the art of guiding life energy, from the external flow of energy into your internal environment, and your front door is the entrance for that energy. That is why the first thing you see becomes the power switch that activates the entire energy field in your home. The year 2026 is expected to bring turbulence, financial shifts, environmental challenges, and changes in personal relationships. With changes happening in the broader world, those who do not manage the energy entering through the front door are more likely to get caught up in that chaos. That is why during this time, adjusting the first image you see is no longer just about decorating your entryway. It is about maintaining the core stability of your energy field. You could have set up your home with the right Feng Shui directions, colors, and elements for your zodiac. But if the energy entering your home is misaligned from the start, then everything else is like patching a cracked foundation. Your living space is not just a place to live. It is a mirror of your inner self. Every object in your home has its own frequency, creating an energy field that surrounds you. A soft painting, a healthy plant, or just a warm light from a small lamp can be enough to shift your emotional state. When you enter your home, your eyes and your internal energy immediately latch onto the first image. That image can either calm you or add to your stress. That feeling builds up day by day and eventually shapes your whole state of being. Most people never notice it, But just think about it. If every single day you come home to clutter, dim lighting, or a mirror reflecting straight back at you, how can your mood stay balanced? And if your mood is always on edge, how can wealth or luck find a place to settle? Feng Shui simply adjusts your environment, but your environment directly impacts how you think, act, and make choices. Wealth does not show up by accident. It arrives according to the frequency you give off. And the very first thing you see each day is the dial that sets that frequency. We are living in a time when everything moves fast. Information, people, money, and opportunities all come and go in the blink of an eye. In a world like this, your home is not just shelter, it needs to be your charging station, a place you walk into and instantly feel recharged. And for that to happen, the very first thing you see after walking through the door needs to give you peace, vitality, and a sense of connection. It does not have to be luxurious, it just has to feel right. A positive symbol, a tidy little corner, a warm beam of light, any of these can make all the difference. 2026 is not a year to live on autopilot. It is a year to live with purpose. And the starting point for every intention is the spot where your eyes land first when you enter your home. If you do not arrange your energy from the moment you walk in, then the outside world will do it for you in ways you may not like. Now you probably understand why that first glance after stepping into your home has such a powerful effect on your fortune and life energy. So you might be wondering, what exactly are the things that should not appear right behind the front door? The things we see every time we come home. Let us find out right now and see if you might be unknowingly making a Feng Shui mistake. First, mirrors. In Feng Shui, that first visual impression is considered the on switch for the energy field of the entire house. If that energy is activated in a gentle and harmonious way, then it flows smoothly into every room. But if a disruptive element appears right at that entry point, something that blocks, deflects, or scatters the energy, then the whole system becomes unstable. Mirrors, with their strong reflective nature, are one of the clearest examples of a disruptive element. When placed directly opposite the front door, a mirror does not just reflect your image, it reflects the energy trying to enter. This can cause good energy to bounce right back out before it even has a chance to settle into your space. Over time, this weakens the ability of your home to gather wealth and disrupts the sense of peace and relaxation you should feel when returning home. The impact of mirrors is not just energetic, it also affects your emotions. Reflections play a role in how we perceive ourselves. When you come home tired or stressed, and the first thing you see is your own image, that mirror can unintentionally amplify those feelings. It is a natural psychological reaction. Seeing yourself when you are not ready can trigger a sense of emptiness or tension. And if the lighting is dim, or the mirror reflects something like a dark hallway or the bathroom door, the visual effect becomes even more unsettling. Instead of feeling at ease, the people living there may start to feel like they are entering a space that lacks warmth. You might not notice it at first, but if this keeps happening day after day, it creates a low vibration emotional pattern that can affect your spirit, sleep quality, and even your decision making. The energy field becomes unstable, hard to sustain, and your luck tends to scatter. The simplest way to fix this is to move the mirror. Instead of placing it directly opposite the front door, try moving it to the side, somewhere that does not block or push back the energy coming in. Or if you still want to use a mirror for decoration, make sure it reflects something positive, like greenery, calming artwork, or natural light. That way, the mirror becomes a supportive element that helps energy circulate smoothly. It brings balance to your home, makes the space feel more welcoming, and helps attract stable fortune. Second, trash bins. In practical Feng Shui, one of the most important but often overlooked principles is cleanliness at the point of energy entry, the front door. This is where all outside energy flows in, and it determines whether that energy can stay or will be pushed away. Every object placed in this area acts as a signal to the energy field of your home. A trash bin, no matter how small or necessary it might be, carries very clear negative energy. If it is placed too close to the front door, or worse, if it is the first thing you see when you open the door, it becomes the very first contact point for your eyes and for the energy entering your home. This creates not only visual discomfort, but also pollutes the positive flow of energy right from the start. If this happens repeatedly each day, over time it can lead to symptoms like lack of inspiration, irritability, poor concentration, or feeling drained while working. In smaller homes, many people place the trash bin near the entrance for convenience or to avoid keeping it deeper inside the house. But this convenience unintentionally sends the opposite message to the energy flow, putting waste right where energy needs to be welcomed. The front door needs to feel open, clean, bright, and inviting. If the first thing there has an energy of decay or disposal, the flow entering the home loses its continuity, especially in 2026, when the overall energy field is expected to be unstable. These seemingly small details become even more crucial to get right. Handling the trash bin in Feng Shui is not just about taking out the garbage, it is about how you relate to used up energy. The first rule is, never let it be visible from the front door. If your space is tight, choose a bin with a closed lid in a neutral color and place it somewhere that is out of direct sight. And do not forget the smell. Even a faint odor is a form of low vibration energy that can cling to nearby objects. Clean your bin every day. Keep the surrounding area dry and tidy. You can also balance the energy by adding a small plant, a hint of essential oil, or letting in some natural light. Your front door is where luck enters, and if the first thing it meets is the symbol of what is thrown away, then wealth has no reason to stay. In modern Feng Shui thinking, taking out the trash is not just about hygiene. It is a way of resetting your energy field and creating space for new energy to come in. Once your trash bin is placed correctly, out of direct view and well contained, you will immediately feel the space become more breathable. And that sense of openness, though invisible, is a very real foundation for building a flow of steady, healthy, and lasting fortune throughout the year. Third, messy shoes. In home Feng Shui, one of the core principles is maintaining a clear boundary between the outside and the inside. A living space needs to have that division in order to protect its energy field and prevent negative energy from the outside environment from seeping indoors. Within this context, shoes represent a typical object that carries the energy of the roads, that is, a mixture of energy picked up from public places, streets, markets, offices, and so on. Leaving shoes scattered and disorganized right behind the front door breaks the energetic boundary between the outer world and the inner space. When someone steps inside and the first thing they see is a chaotic pile of shoes, some lying flat, some standing, others tipping over, that image not only causes visual discomfort, but also sends a signal of disorder to the home's energy field. Good energy needs a clear and structured path to flow inward, but a mess of shoes creates an immediate feeling of clutter, restriction, and lack of control. This small disorder, if repeated daily, becomes a negative energetic habit that subtly affects your mood, productivity, and family harmony over time. To realign the energy in this area, the first step is not just to clean up, but to shift your mindset about shoes as an important Feng Shui element. The shoe area should ideally be enclosed, using a cabinet with doors that can close. Neutral colors and designs that blend with your interior work best. Shoes should not be placed right next to the main entrance, and definitely not within direct view when you open the door. Instead, place them off to the side, leaving a clear, open path from the door inward. Shoes that are not used frequently should be stored neatly out of sight. Avoid having too many pairs visible at once, as it creates a sense of crowding and stuffiness. If possible, add a balancing item to the area, like a round-shaped Feng Shui object that symbolizes harmony. These simple adjustments not only improve the look of the space, but but also change the first impression when entering the home, allowing for a smoother, lighter, and more organized flow of energy. And it is that very sense of order that forms the foundation of prosperity, abundance, and long-term stability throughout the year. Fourth, the bathroom. In the overall layout of Feng Shui, every area in a house carries its own unique energy function. The front door is where energy enters, the flow from the sky, the earth, and the outside environment, beginning the circulation of life force throughout your home. In contrast, the bathroom is an area of energy release, used for eliminating, cleansing, and letting go of what no longer serves you. So when these two spaces are placed directly opposite one another, meaning you open the front door and immediately see the bathroom, a clear conflict of energy occurs. The good energy coming from outside does not even have a chance to settle in. Instead, it gets pulled straight into the space meant for discharge. This creates a condition known as energy enters but disperses. It comes in but cannot stay. This not only weakens the home's ability to accumulate wealth, but also gives you a subtle sense of instability or unease from the moment you walk in. A living space should feel supportive and welcoming, guiding energy inward. But when the first thing you see is an area that should remain private and hidden, the energy gets interrupted, like a breeze entering the door, only to fall into a void. Beyond energy flow, a bathroom directly facing the main entrance also impacts your emotions and aesthetic experience. Human emotions are easily influenced by visual space, especially at key transition moments like stepping into your home. When the first sight is a bathroom door, or in some layouts, even the sink, tile walls, or drain pipes, the mind instantly receives a signal that is not exactly comforting. That image can create a sense of exposure, disorder, or even a subtle impression of something being unclean. No matter how tidy and spotless the bathroom may be, by nature it still contains heavy damp energy and represents waste. So how can this be corrected? The first solution is to use a light partition or decorative screen between the front door and the bathroom. This creates a soft visual transition and helps separate the spaces. The divider does not need to be solid or heavy, just enough to block the direct line of sight and add depth and layering to the room. If there is not enough space for a full divider, you can use a half curtain or hanging strings designed for Feng Shui. These still offer some coverage while keeping the area open and airy. An even more effective solution in terms of energy is to simply keep the bathroom door closed when it is not in use. This might sound basic, but it is often overlooked. When the door is shut, the energy entering your home is no longer being pulled directly into the drain zone. Instead, it has the chance to circulate throughout the space. Once the bathroom is properly concealed and no longer in the line of sight upon entering, the negative impact on Feng Shui is greatly reduced. The energy from the front door can then move deeper into the home instead of being drawn away. And just like that, the feeling of walking into your home changes. You no longer experience a sense of disruption or imbalance. Instead, you feel relaxed, comfortable, and protected, like the space truly welcomes you. Now that you know what should not appear as the first thing you see when walking into your home, you are probably starting to wonder, what should be placed in that all-important spot? Let us explore that together right now. First, a Feng Shui painting. The moment you walk through the door and return to your living space, your very first glance acts like an opening beat, a signal that sets the tone for the rest of the energy and emotions you will experience that day. In practical Feng Shui, this is an extremely important energy exchange point where the outside energy comes into contact with the energy inside. Placing a painting with auspicious imagery in that position is not just about decorating your home. It creates a kind of visual anchor, a focal point that guides energy, balances emotions, and helps positive energy stay grounded in your space. Paintings naturally guide the eye, and in Feng Shui, energy follows the gaze. So when your eyes immediately land on a peaceful, uplifting image, your mind starts to relax, your spirit softens, and your emotions begin to settle. This is the foundation for attracting good fortune, and it sets the tone for a calm and steady life at home. However, not just any painting will serve this purpose. To truly guide energy and spark positive feelings, it is important to avoid overly abstract art, dark color schemes, or images that feel uncertain, such as stormy oceans, empty roads, gray skies, or sharp-edged scenes. Even if these artworks are beautiful or artistic, they can bring in a cold, heavy, or unstable energy. Also avoid intense or aggressive imagery, like roaring tigers, howling wolves, or lone birds in flight, as these may excite the nervous system rather than settle the mind. The best choices for this space are paintings with auspicious symbols, soft rolling mountains, flowing water, blooming flowers, fertile fields, or traditional symbols like cranes, peonies, koi fish, or pine trees. These represent abundance, smooth progress, peace, and growth. Choose colors that are soft, warm, and neutral, just enough to draw attention without feeling overpowering. Size also matters. The painting should be large enough to make a statement, but not so big that it blocks the energy flow coming through the front door. Beyond aesthetics, a well-chosen and well-placed painting can serve as an energetic stabilizer for your entire home. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded by information, pressure, and emotional noise. So when we come home, what we need is not flashiness or complexity, but a genuine feeling of return. A familiar and uplifting image, placed exactly where your eyes land first, becomes an emotional checkpoint, gently grounding you without requiring effort. A painting does not need rituals or belief systems to work. It simply operates through daily repetition, repeated glances, repeated feelings, repeated energy. Over time, that image becomes embedded deep in your subconscious, quietly shaping how you feel, how you act, and yes, even how your fortune unfolds. Second, green plants. In every culture, green plants symbolize life, growth, and continuous renewal. In Feng Shui practice, especially near the front door, which is where the home receives its very first energy from the outside, the presence of a fresh, healthy plant does more than just soften the space. It sends a powerful signal that life is present and thriving in this home. When someone enters and their eyes are greeted by a vibrant plant, glossy leaves, upright posture, strong and lively form, it instantly conveys a sense of care, awareness, and flowing vitality. Without saying a word, the plant emits a field of living energy, something that your eyes, your mind, and the energy around you can all feel naturally. Plants soften the light, slow your movement, and calm your thoughts. And that calming effect is key in Feng Shui, because where energy slows down, it has a chance to settle, soak in, and spread throughout the space. However, not all plants are suitable for this specific location. Choose species with soft, flowing shapes that are easy to care for and thrive in indirect light. Flowering plants can work too, but avoid ones that are too bright or have overpowering scents, as those may overwhelm the energy instead of supporting it. Most importantly, stay away from plants with sharp thorns, spiky leaves, or dry, stiff appearances like cacti or certain desert plants, as they give off an energy of tension and subtle aggression. When placed correctly, with the right shape, size, and type, a plant does more than just freshen up your home. It quietly sets a high vibration tone in the space. Unlike artwork or decorative objects, a plant changes every day. It grows, it sheds leaves, it needs water, it follows the light, and that change invites a living, dynamic connection between you and your surroundings. Caring for your plant is just as important as its presence. When you water it each morning, glance at its leaves each evening, or gently turn the pot to catch the sun, those small actions create a meaningful, lasting connection between you and your living space. A lush green plant, placed right at the first step inside your home, is not just decoration. It is a quiet, vibrant welcome. It becomes a resting place for energy, a visual breath of fresh air, and a natural way to bring your mind back into balance after the chaos of the outside world. Third, a bright and open space. When you first walk into your home, and the area just beyond the front door is gently lit by natural light, or at the very least, softly illuminated by a warm and easy on the eyes artificial source, you immediately feel a sense of ease. It is as if the heaviness of the entire day has just been lifted off your shoulders. In Feng Shui, light is considered the clearest and most direct expression of yang energy, the active, life-giving force that nourishes and moves throughout your space. When light is used correctly, the human mind naturally responds with feelings of relief, safety, and comfort as it enters the home. On the other hand, if the entry area is dim, harshly lit, or lacking vitality, then no matter how beautifully decorated the interior may be, the house can still feel heavy and stifling. A dark space or poorly balanced lighting makes it hard for energy to flow, and harder still for people to truly feel at ease. That is why, in applied Feng Shui, light is not just decoration or convenience. It is an invisible energy guide that determines whether positive energy can enter, flow through, and remain within the home. Creating a bright and welcoming light zone at the entrance does not depend entirely on whether your home gets perfect natural sunlight. Even in homes with limited daylight, you can still design artificial lighting to achieve a warm, open effect that supports energy flow. Prioritize warm yellow tones, soft whites, or indirect lighting. Avoid lights that are overly harsh, pure white, or bluish in tone, as these can feel cold and uninviting. Equally important is how the lighting is arranged. The light should be spread evenly, casting a gentle glow from above or from the sides instead of shining directly into your eyes or being focused too intensely in one spot. The ideal lighting is humble, not flashy, but strong enough to reveal the space clearly, show the pathway, and provide a sense of depth without a glare or overwhelm. In some homes, people install wall washing lights or soft spotlights aimed at a painting or a green plant near the door. This creates a gentle, light pathway for the eye to follow, allowing energy to travel along with the awakened emotion. That is why we should never underestimate the value of well-placed lighting. When used wisely and gently in the space just beyond the front door, light becomes the starting point for a current of good fortune that flows throughout the entire house. Fourth, Feng Shui statues or symbolic figures. In Feng Shui practice, it is no coincidence that people have long placed symbolic statues or auspicious figures near the front entrance. Across both Eastern and Western traditions, these icons, whether they are lions, elephants, pixiu creatures, dragon turtles, cranes, koi fish, or fortune gods, all carry a shared purpose: to protect the home's energy, guide positive energy inward, and guard peace and stability. When someone steps into a space and their eyes land on a symbol that is uplifting and strong, but not intimidating, it naturally creates a feeling of reassurance. It is not necessarily about belief in spiritual power. Rather, these figures act as energy anchors, subtle protectors that give the impression that the home is watched over, orderly, and grounded. If chosen and placed correctly, a Feng Shui statue creates a feeling of calm strength, not gloomy, not oppressive. Like a kind gatekeeper, it stands quietly, helping preserve the steady energy flow inside the home. The material of the statue also matters. Wooden statues carry warm, light, and nurturing energy, which works well for homes facing east or southeast. Stone or metal statues offer strength and durability, which may suit homes needing grounding energy. The statue does not need to be large, but it should harmonize with the overall space. And most importantly, it should be kept clean, supported from underneath, and never placed directly on the floor or in the way of movement. An auspicious symbol placed in the right spot, even a small one, can become a kind of energy gate that helps ensure the flow inside the home remains positive and balanced. The deeper meaning of placing a statue or symbolic figure near the entrance is not rooted in blind superstition, but in the conscious act of choosing what kind of energy you allow into your home. It is a subtle way of saying, this is not just a shelter, it is a space with direction, character, and protection. When selected with understanding, placed with intention, and cared for with respect, a Feng Shui statue does not need to be flashy or surrounded by ritual. It simply becomes a living part of the space, a silent, enduring companion that helps maintain the home's energetic harmony. And each time you return home and open the door, your eyes do not just land on an object. They meet a quiet moment of connection between you and the energy of your home. The feeling of being protected, welcomed, and surrounded by strong, steady energy will gradually take root in your mind, creating a subtle but lasting emotional shift. You feel something different. You feel that you have truly come home. That is the quiet, powerful value a symbolic figure can bring when you choose to integrate it into your life with clarity and care. After everything we have just explored together, you have probably come to realize that every detail in your living space, especially the area just beyond the front door, holds meaning. From that very first glance, energy begins to flow, your mind begins to shift, and your destiny slowly begins to unfold. A gentle painting, a vibrant plant, a soft layer of light, or an auspicious symbol, if placed in the right spot, can become a gateway that welcomes prosperity into your home and guides your spirit back to its center. Applied Feng Shui does not require blind belief. It simply asks that you become more mindful of the choices you make in your space. And if today you start paying closer attention to what you see first when you walk through the door, then in that very moment, your energy has already begun to change. Before you go, take a moment to leave a positive affirmation in the comments as a way to unlock a new wave of energy for yourself and your home. You can write something like, I am ready to transform my space and welcome prosperity into my home. And do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the Puasi channel, and turn on the notification bell so you will not miss any Feng Shui secrets or ancient spiritual practices that can help you gradually transform your living space, shift your energy, and activate lasting abundance in your life.